welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Stars and Strikes of eyeshadow palettes. This whole series was started by Julie and Claire here on YouTube. I'll have them linked in the description box below, along with everybody else, so be sure to go ahead and check them out. This was really easy for me to figure out. I mean, it really was. I will be discussing a palette that I did return that I was very disappointed in, but overall, I was able to just go straight to my vanity and pick out my stars and my strikes. We're just going to go ahead and talk about, I grabbed a star, but we're going to go ahead and talk about the strikes. The Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. Now, I'm sure you guys know what this looks like. It looks just like this. Now, this is sort of an unfair thing for me to say because I really haven't dived into this as much as I would have liked at this point, but I know, for example, like Strawberry Bonbon is a completely dud shade. There are certain things that look identical on the lid, and it is a very dark palette. Watching people pan this, they all pretty much have the same complaints. I mean, if you go ahead and you watch Amber F, or you watch Leticia Sanchez, or anybody else that is panning this year, you'll see exactly what I mean. And it just makes me really regret even having this palette. I did get this as a gift, so I'm just going to take this one shade at a time so I don't get aggravated with it. But yeah, overall, I consider this a strike just simply because of what the common theme is here with the Project Panners. And I trust their reviews more than others. I'm not saying it's a bad palette at all. I'm just saying I wish I wouldn't have received it. I shouldn't have even asked for it. Now, the next palette I'm going to talk about is the Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'll have a picture somewhere on the screen. I went ahead and purchased it. I swatched it and I just thought that it was so beautiful, and so I bought it. It was on sale and I had points too, so I went ahead and I bought it. This was, I think it was last year. I want to say it was last year. And I spent a few weeks with it, and I ended up returning it. I know that you could return makeup within 30 days of purchase, I believe it is, at Ulta. And no matter what look I created with it, it either muddied all over the lid or just looked exactly the same. Whenever I finally found a look that I could do with it, it was very basic. It was a very basic look that I could get with any eyeshadow palette that I have, period. So I ended up just returning it. It was a big disappointment, and I have accepted the fact that even though I love Tarte blushes, I am not exactly a fan of their formula for eyeshadows. Sorry if you guys like them, but I'm not a fan either. I'm just not a fan, so please don't be offended. Now, for my stars, I figured, you know, there are so many palettes that I absolutely love that is in my collection. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of take this a step further and talk about the palettes that I consistently use every single day, because I felt like that was fair as far as stars. So you guys know, yeah, those are legitimately stars for her, because she, look at that, she is using it. She knows what she's talking about, or at least pretends to know what she's talking about, right? I'm going to talk about the Urban Decay Naked palette. Now, if you guys have been following me, this is what I have left right here. Obviously I am pre-filming this, so hopefully there is another shadow gone in this, considering I have got 3 left. This was my first high-end palette. In fact, this was my first palette that I had, and this is just a stunning palette. I absolutely miss some of these shades. Like Half Baked is the perfect gold. Sin is perfect. I love Sidecar. There are so many shades in here that's great. I think that if you are a beginner and you're looking for a neutral palette, this is just a wonderful, wonderful palette. I would recommend this to anyone. This is great for beginners and advanced users and makeup artists. I think that everybody should have at least one of the Naked palettes. Whatever fits into your skin tone and your likes and whatever, definitely at least pick up a Naked palette. This is just, I think that this is just wonderful. I've had this for a really long time. This is just great. Now, if you are looking for, even if you're not even looking for a cheaper alternative to the Naked palette, we're not going to even talk about a dupe. This is something that I think that you should have, and this is the Carly Bible palette. I am currently in the process of panning this, slowly but surely. I absolutely love this palette. Before I moved, I spent a month with just this palette. Every single day I used looks, I used pretty much everything, and I love this palette. This palette has got shimmers and highlighters and mattes, and just, you could create any neutral look with this, and it is affordable. I'm not exactly sure if this is still available or not. I think it still is, but again, I'm not sure. But yeah, I would definitely pick this up, and if this isn't available anymore, highly consider purchasing the deluxe one. This is just fantastic. So yeah, those are my Stars and Stripes for eyeshadow palettes. Again, I could have pulled out so many other palettes, but I felt it would be fair to go ahead and just give you the ones that I have actually dug my feet into. And yeah, that's the only way that you're going to know, right? I mean, sure, you can go ahead and say, oh, I love this palette even though I've only used it twice. Well, how about if you use it, 100 times? Do you still love it? So there you go. That was my theory on picking my Stars and Stripes for eyeshadow palettes. So be sure to go ahead and check out everybody in the description box below. I hope that you go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!